Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code PARDON to play for free. You could win part of the $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Enter PARDON for free entry now at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, a truck filled with, get this, $85,000 worth of mozzarella has gone missing.
Tony Kornheiser, don't look at me. But come over for dinner. I'm making 85,000 pizzas.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of cheese, a lot of cheddar.
There's a lot of
Wait, did you hear that noise in the background?
I heard that, and I don't even want to go there.
Is it coming from New York?
I recognize that noise.
Maybe it was over a speaker.
Yeah, maybe they just taped it, piped it in, like they do. No, it's legit. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Darrelle Revis leaves the Patriots. Amari Stoudemire lays into the Mavericks while dressed like Sergeant Pepper, and to the National League really adopt a designated hitter. But we begin today with Chip Kelly attempting to explain himself. At a news conference in Philadelphia, Kelly said, among other things, he never sought control of the team's personnel. The owner just gave it to him. He traded LaShawn McCoy because of the salary cap, saying this isn't baseball. He would not mortgage the Eagles' future to draft Marcus Mariota. And just this morning, he was offered a number one for Sam Bradford, who he got yesterday. Wilbon, what do you make of Kelly's claims?
Sounded perfectly reasonable. All of it.
He always does.
All of it. He's a persuasive guy. As you know, I clicked on the telly. People in Philly are going crazy. They are up in arms like I have never seen Philadelphia up in arms. Not just like the Allen Iverson days when they were winning something.
If in 2 years you get rid of Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy and Jeremy Maclin, guys who score,
they have every reason to be crazed in Philadelphia.
But
he sounded perfectly reasonable.
He does.
And this is Chip Kelly's thing. I mean, look, Tony, you know, the question's out there. You know, is he a madman in Philadelphia, genius or madman? And I like our friend Howard Eskin's answer. Madman is a personnel guy, genius is a coach, which could be the case, and will one facilitate another? But before we parse it like that, I find him credible, even as I say, what in the world is he doing?
Yeah, well, he speaks in a credible manner. I understand that because he has had time
and not in football
to defend
speak,
himself.
just regular, everyday, common sense, persuasive.
I think you're a little bit more skeptical about him than I am because he comes from college and you think that that's a harder transition than I do. I'd like to believe you can transfer skills as a coach from college to pro, that it's not, nuclear science at that point. But I think we both agree that this team is his. Whatever he puts out there is his. And by the way, if he doesn't win in 2 years, he's gone. Because he has decimated the offensive part. It's the Bradford part that gets to me. To me, Mike, Bradford is a human splint. Okay, he didn't play at all this past season. He missed 9 games
You got
last
him
season.
being traded for Mariota, and I believe Chip Kelly when he says, no, we're not going after Mariota. We're not going to mortgage the future of the franchise.
You don't think that down deep he wants Mariota?
Wanting and what he's willing to do. He was very clear. He left no wiggle room, and he knows what he's saying. He's a man of exact and precise language.
Can I just interrupt you for a second? Yeah. Because how persuasive he is when he talks.
Right.
If he mortgaged the Eagles' future and tells you he didn't really do that, you'd believe him.
Tony,
he could sell you.
It doesn't even matter what I believe until August. It doesn't matter at all. When they get to camp and they start playing the games, they got to win the game. He's going to be gone.
One more name. Do you know who was Sam Bradford's roommate at Oklahoma?
No.
It was DeMarco Murray.
So you get DeMarco Murray coming in?
What if they get DeMarco Murray?
Okay, then he's going along with DeMarco Murray. He's hurt a lot before this year in Dallas.
We'll see. Right. Not like Bradford.
No, not like Bradford. Let's go to news involving perhaps the only player to so soundly beat the NFL at the money game, Darrelle Revis. One of the two best corners of his generation has returned to the other one.
Who?
In Seattle.
Sherman? You got Sherman?
That's right. He's gone to the Jets now. Got $39 million guaranteed to do so, Tone. This is going to bring Revis' total NFL earnings to $123 million. That's almost NBA All-Star money.
That's money.
But he's leaving a Super Bowl champ to sign with a total pretender, even though it's your team.
Yeah.
So is this the right move, Tony, taking the money over the Patriots?
I have thought about this. And I believe there is only one position out there where we count the aggregate amount of rings to determine somebody's worth, and that's quarterback. And that's why Brady is better than Peyton Manning. But there's no other position. Nobody knows other positions and counts rings. He's got a ring. He just got it with the Patriots. If he wants to roll for the money now, I'm perfectly okay with that. The longest careers in the league are quarterback careers. Everybody else is shorter.
Just $4 million.
I'm okay with
just $4 million. The Patriots are coming up with $35 million.
Well,
if the Patriots, Robert Kraft has more money than Darrelle Revis.
Yeah.
I know there's a cap, but you mean to tell me $4 million to stop you from what? The Patriots are interesting. They don't care. And you can, unlike Chip Kelly, they don't have to persuade anybody because they're the Patriots and they got rings.
They've got rings.
4 rings.
They've got rings, so it's okay. I'll just talk about this. I was sort of surprised he went to the Jets because the last time he was with the Jets, Rex Ryan was there who loved him.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan absolutely loved him.
Their defense is good then.
Rex Ryan is gone now, but Todd Bowles, who's the new coach, is a DB.
Well, that's just it.
So maybe they have chemistry there, and somebody is eventually going to catch the Patriots, and everybody in that division is making moves.
Todd Bowles values great defense. That's what he did as a player. That's what he did as a coach. Okay, Bowles also does it with a lot less theatrics. Okay, and so he is going to go in there strong at the position that he was a part of in the defensive secondary. And so if you can get Revis and your Bowles, you get him.
They're also trying to get Antonio Cromartie.
Good.
And they got
both of them.
They got a great guy on offense. They got your boy from the Bears, and they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a serviceable NFL quarterback. They could be good.
You like what the Jets are doing? I do.
Sure.
I like what they're doing.
Sure, I do.
Oh, you're going to start crowing. You're going to start going JETS pretty soon.
No, because I'm not like you with the Bears and the Bulls and the Blackhawks and the Cubs and on and on.
Northwestern.
The NFL's free agency new rule this year was that teams could talk to players before the official opening of free agency, but not make a deal. Now the NFL believes deals were made, and the NFL is investigating this, holding out the possibility of punishment. Wilbon, if the NFL finds violations, as we believe they will, should they overturn the deals or let them go?
They're such frauds. Frauds. Because they set this up. These are the rules the NFL put in place. They want off-season buzz. They want 12 months of yak.
Yep.
Most of it generated by this network about their product.
I'm fine with that.
And so they are frauds to now say, oh, wait, you can walk right up to the line as long as you don't have an agreement. What?
See,
what kind of fraudulent garbage is this?
I'm going to not use your ad hominem argument that you use against the NFL all the time, and I'm just going to try and be practical. What the NFL got out of this is everything they could want. They've gotten the last week, a solid week of buzz and talk, starting with Ndamukong Suh. Yeah. They have won the ratings.
So what do they want?
I think they want to sort of stand up and say, like in Casablanca, I'm shocked that there's gambling here. Come on.
See what I call that?
Shut up and just live with the fact that you
like
won.
Me.
Well, but without
I call it sanctimony.
Well, you call
That's
it that.
what it is, Tony. It's we're going to set up something.
I call it smart.
And we're going to wink, and tell you to go right ahead. And the moment you do, we're going to act like the NCAA in the 70s and 80s and say, let's catch them.
But
let's
they're not
on the car.
going to do anything. By the way, the big one here is Ndamukong Suh, because that dropped a week before.
They just announced that today. It's official.
Ndamukong Suh went today and said, the reason I did this, the main reason was money. Okay, so let's be fair about this with Detroit. They had months to
make an
give
offer.
him money.
You didn't cheat Detroit.
I don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it out there.
Don't want to hear it.
Watch out.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to call anybody. They won.
You did. Well, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
you did.
You called him that.
No,
I heard it come out of your mouth.
I actually didn't. I didn't even infer it.
You implied it.
I didn't.
Lost in the hysteria of NFL free agency and the excitement of March Madness was the Cavaliers' beat down of the Mavericks.
My
in Dallas
team.
last night.
Cavaliers.
Your team. Wait a minute, your team is Dallas too.
Cavaliers.
You said they're going to win when they got Rondo.
Cavaliers.
All of this annoyed new man from Ari Stoudemire to the point that he said, quote, I came here to win. We're 4.5 games from being out of the playoffs, which is unacceptable. We're a veteran team. We should be a much better team than we showed out there. Close quote. Tone, are the Mavericks now down to 7th place in the West? Still a team to be taken seriously, even by you?
Yeah, let me tell you what I don't take seriously. Amari Stoudemire's outfit. You can't.
If he had Brooke Shield and a glove,
right,
he'd be your boy.
Michael Jackson. Yeah. Right. Or somebody on the cover of Sgt. Pepper. Well, you can't talk about teamwork and sacrifice and hard work and show up like that. Now, Here's my position on the Mavericks, and I'm going to go back to about a month when I first said this on this air, and perhaps you'll remember. I said that I thought the Western Conference was a hockey playoff, that 5, 6, 7, 8 could all win. Yeah. Now, if I believe that, which I did and which I do,
now. That's right.
Which I do, then all you have to do is get in the game.
That's right.
Just get in the game.
They're going to be in the game. I know they're 4.5 games away from OKC and New Orleans. Right. They're going to be in. But, Tony, here's the problem with that. Golden State, and this is my order
Golden
right
State is the big
I'm going to shock you with my order.
But if they fall...
I'm going to shock you with my order.
Go ahead.
Warriors, Spurs.
Really? Because they've been on hard times.
They've won like 6 or 7 in a row. No, then Memphis, yeah, they have. Then 6 in a row at least.
Reality?
Memphis, Houston, Portland, Clippers. Tony, all those head teams in the West, not to mention Cleveland and Atlanta, are ahead of Dallas. Okay. Now, I am not going to strongly disagree with your point. You get in the playoffs, and you got veteran players. That's what Amari's saying. We got 12, 13, 14-year vets here built to win in the playoffs. And Rick Carlisle's a coach who knows how to win the playoffs.
He's won.
I don't want to overstate it, but I'm taking all those teams ahead of Dallas right now.
Can I just mention the Cavaliers for a second? Because at Dallas last night, in the last 3 quarters, they won 101 to 63.
It's a kill job.
Okay.
It's a kill job.
Are you still going to take the anti-Tony position? Cleveland's not even going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Tony, you're 6 months old. Update yourself. Hit the reset button.
Was I there?
Because the number one team that was supposed to challenge them is in sick bay, and they have a different team. Because you had them having J.R. Smith, didn't you? Did you have them having?
I had the people with Cleveland across the jerseys winning. Thank you.
Indians.
Tony Clark, the head of the Major League Baseball Players Association, told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch this week that there have been discussions about putting the designated hitter in the National League.
Like this.
The Sporting News says it is not a matter of if, but when. Wilbon, with interleague play every day, Mike, isn't baseball correct for finally putting the DH in both leagues?
I guess with that condition, I don't like it, Tony.
Nor do I.
Then go back the other way. Then have no DH. Have no DH.
No. You know what happened?
This is the NFL's thing. We got to have more scoring. We got to have more runs. Let's have more passes caught and attempted. This is all it is. It doesn't make the product better, and it makes it longer. They're talking about cutting time for Major League Baseball games, getting it off 3+ hours. Have the pitcher bat 3 times, and you know what you're going to have, a shorter game.
Mike, if you don't have a DH, then David Ortiz, who very well may have been the face of baseball along with Derek Jeter for the last 10 years, he doesn't play first base. If you don't have a DH, Alex Rodriguez has no chance of getting back in the league.
Aging stars play first base all of our lives.
My feeling about this is the same as yours. We grew up with baseball where there was no DH.
Yes.
You know how long this is? It's 43 years, Mike.
I was only 15 when they got to the DH.
They don't even know baseball.
They think pitchers never hit.
You can't have...
That doesn't justify having us in the National League. Tony, this bastardizes National League Baseball, Mike, which is pure baseball.
We don't disagree. I sound like Vince Dorio. I don't disagree with him. But here's the deal. I mean, this is baseball now. You need more offense. The DH gives you offense.
You don't need offense.
People want offense. They do.
No. Owners want offense. And by the way,
you're a crustacean. Get off this.
The Players Association, which is the one you think, the entity you think would be pushing this, and they would because they get like, what, 15 extra jobs out of it. Yeah. No, it's the owners who want it. By the way, the game's going to take 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Did you talk about something cheapened? What? Interleague play has been cheapened because it's there every single day.
So why do you want to further cheapen the product by giving us the DH in the National League?
There's an inevitability to this. They're going to do it.
You know what's going to happen? A-Rod's going to be playing for the Marlins for the next 7 years to justify that salary.
Let's take a break. Coming up, what's with all these early retirements in the NFL? And how many of these guys will try and come back?
None of them. And would your Washington Redskins really take Marcus Mariota at number 5?
I would.
Over-under's next. Really? A quarterback again? Because they just gave up 9 first-round picks to get the 25-year-old guy they got.
They just get this guy for free.
Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code PARDON to play for free. You could win part of the $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Enter PARDON for free entry now at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Recently, we've had Wilbon turn over the cards during over-under, but today, we thought we'd give the spotlight to someone else.
Who?
Back from his 6-month vacation, Anthony Joseph Lenardi Reale.
All right, remember how to do this. Over, under. Those early retirees, Locker, Willis, and Worlds. Over, under 1.5 comebacks.
I'm going to go over. I don't think Locker is going to come back. He's a young man who seems to have lost his desire to play
passion
football.
to play.
Yeah. Patrick Willis is an all-time player. I think if and when his toe gets better, I think he'll be back. And I look at this, the way he cried the other day when he was leaving, I think he's going to want to come back. And I know that Worlds is leaving to do something with Jehovah's Witnesses, and I think that's a profound calling, but he's a young man. I think he's only 27. I suspect he will be back, too, so I go over.
They're all young, Tony, even Willis. I mean, there's not really many Jim Browns.
Right.
People who just leave at 30, unless Raquel Welch and,
there's more money in acting at that point.
That's right, there was. Tony, I'm going to go under and say none of them are coming back.
None.
Yeah, you know what's interesting with football now? You see people who really put it all out there for so many years. So that means from 12 to 30. And then for whatever reason, it takes so much. I believe them. I think they're done.
Next. What movie was it with Jim Brown? The Dirty Dozen? That's what he made the move for?
And then 100
Rifles.
I missed those references. Nobody's doing that on Around the Horn. Next. Over under 4.5 as the draft position for Marcus Mariota.
This comes up because John Clayton, late last night, talked about the fact that he was certain the Redskins at 5 would take Marcus Mariota, even though they just committed for life to Robert Griffin, even though nobody even asked the question.
Just made him the starter. How about those first-round picks? Didn't they trade 3 first-round picks for Robert Griffin?
I'm going to say this. Marcus Mariota, the reviews on him are so good that I think someone is going to trade up to get him someone, so I am going to go under.
I'm going to go over.
Really?
The draft is so unpredictable, and everybody acts like they know what's going to happen in the draft. They don't know. And so somebody takes a tumble. It seems unspeakable that a guy who appears to be such a sterling prospect and a nice kid would take a tumble, but it happens to somebody every year. Just to be contrary, I'm going to say over.
Next. Jacksonville Jaguars, over or under 5.5 wins.
Let's review the last 4 years of the Jacksonville Jaguars in wins going backwards. 3, 4, 2, and 5. Do you see a pattern there, Mike?
Yeah.
Do you hear anything over the number 5?
No.
Now, I understand that they've got some good players.
They just signed people.
Julius Thomas, tight end.
Yeah.
You figure Blake Bortles is going to get better. You think they're going to get better, but you're asking me to double their win total in 1 year, so I'm going to go under and say they're a year away.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over. It doesn't mean anything. I don't have them making the playoffs. I don't have them being a threat or a contender. You can win. We've seen teams come out of the box and go 3-4, 4-3, like the Cleveland Browns, who were deeper in the season than that.
Yes.
They had won 7 games. No, Tony, I'll go over. They can win 6 games, maybe even 7, and be not a factor at all. But I think all these players, and I think a quarterback being in his second year like Bortles will make a difference over.
Next. Here's something I never understood, Tony. Over or under 1 eye in Jaguars? Under. You always call them the Jaguars. What is that? What's up with that? All right, last one. And this Wilbon, you could push on this, but over or under, double-double for Russell Westbrook.
All right, so over means he gets a triple-double, and under means only one category is he in double figures.
That's right.
The easy move is to push.
Easy.
But that's the coward's move. Yeah. That's not why we're on TV. All right, now Oklahoma City tonight is hosting the Clippers, a team that my sources tell me everybody hates everybody on the Clippers. I believe that tonight Westbrook will be guarded by the Dukies, first by Redick and then by Austin Rivers. Contrary to anything reasonable, I am going under. And I hate the pick already, but I'm going under.
I'm going over. He's going to get a triple-double. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to win. I mean, in these games, they got triple-double against winning teams. They're 1-3, Oklahoma City. And one of the wins they had, Tony, in the last 5 is overtime at home over Philly. So
right.
It doesn't mean, look, Russell Westbrook he's must-see TV. You want to pay to see him and Steph Curry. The Clippers are going to do just fine in this game, and I think win the game, but Westbrook's going to get a triple-double.
That's it. Over-under is over. Let's take one last break, but still to come, a special day in the life of Anthony Davis.
And some thoughts on Andrea Bargnani's irrelevant moment on defense for the Knickerbockers.
Here's reality.
Bargnani. The G is silent, the D is silent, too.
Bargnani.
Yeah, Bargnani. Get a roll at the end.
But I say Jaguars. I don't say Jaguars.
Jaguars. You say Jaguars.
Happy time, people. Happy 22nd birthday, Anthony Davis. And let me emphasize, happy 22nd birthday. Anthony Davis is averaging 30 points for the month of March. 55% from the field for the season. At this moment, New Orleans is tied for the 8th playoff spot with Oklahoma City, and all anyone talks about is Russell Westbrook. Really?
Tony, what chance do you give the Pelicans to actually finish ahead of OKC?
55%.
You're picking the Pels over the Thunder.
Happy anniversary, Percy Harvin. On this day 2 years ago, the Seahawks acquired you from the Vikings for a bunch of draft picks that lasted 1 year plus, and Harvin found himself traded to the Jets. Now he's been released by the Jets and may bizarrely reunite with Rex Ryan in Buffalo, who cares nothing about offense.
If Dan Snyder was really running the Redskins, you know Percy Harvin would be there, and they'd take that kid from Oregon. You know that.
Happy trails to Andrea Bargnani, the former #1 overall pick, now inexplicably on the Knicks, attempts a bit of Fred Astaire defense last night, dancing in front of Derek Favors. Favors watches for a while, then tires of the show, and plows through Bargnani on his way to a basket.
But Bargnani's not a big enough celeb to be wearing 77. And that's got to go to somebody with a little more stature in the league.
Love to say what I'm going to say. Trying to find out what we messed up, reality.
And I love to say everything is what you messed up. Fitzpatrick was traded to the Jets, not signed. Spurs have, in fact, won 6 in a row.
Take that.
Wilbon was
Boom.
right. 42 years for the DH Tone, not 43. Andre Johnson to the Colts, and I know you wanted DeMarco Murray to the Eagles, but they signed Ryan Matthews there. I don't disagree with that, though, Tone. Don't disagree with that.
Big finish quickly. Alex Rodriguez hit his first home run in the spring. How many will he hit in the regular season?
13. You get it? Symmetry. Jameis Winston traveled uniform number to New York to meet with Roger Goodell. Significant?
Yeah, he wants the blessing of the league as the #1 guy. Forbes says Arnold Palmer made a personal high $42 million in endorsement income in 2014. Do you believe that?
For 30 years, he's been the #2 guy behind Jordan, maybe behind Jordan and Tiger. NASCAR has lifted the suspension on Kurt Busch. You okay with that?
Yeah, the Attorney General in Delaware did not decline to prosecute that. Last one, Patriot League championship tonight. Hometown American at Lafayette. Who you got?
I'm rooting for AU. I don't know who I got, but I'm rooting for American University.
We're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. And I'm Tony Kornheiser.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads. Check out the PCI podcast on iTunes.
See my new flag? It's the flag of Poland. It's Good Night Poland tonight.
What's that?
ESPN Radio.
With the action on the court, the diamond, or the gridiron,
Comes alive.
the NBA.
The San Antonio Spurs are the world champions.
Major League Baseball.
San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
The new college football playoff.
College football playoff national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Your home for the best in sports play-by-play.
ESPN Radio.